All right, Math 6, today we're going to do our last set of notes for Chapter 10, which actually ties really perfectly into Chapter 11. So, today's section is figures on the coordinate plane. When we're talking about figures, these are the different shapes that we were talking about before, so like parallelogram, trapezoid, square, rectangle, all those fun things. And then coordinate plane is our XY grid. So remember, X is left, right, Y is up and down. So before we do figures on coordinate plane, let's remind ourselves how we plot a point on my coordinate grid, or on my coordinate plane. So the first number we call X, and since X is our horizontal axis, that means X is always going to be going left or right. If my first number is negative, that means I go to the left. And if my first number is positive, that means that I'm going to the right. If my first number is left-right, then that means my second number is going to be how I'm moving up or down. If it's positive, that means that I move up. And if it's negative, that means that I move down. All right. Now that we've refreshed that, we're just going to do one example together. Example. Okay. I need you to write down these directions, and this problem has 3 steps. The first one, I want you to graph the figure which has points A at -2, 4, B is at 3, 4, C is at 3, -2, and D is at -2, -2. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to name the figure. So we're just going to say what type of shape this is. And then the third one, we're going to find the length of AB and BC. I'll give you a second to write all that down. All right. So let's do those step by step. First thing we want to do is draw our coordinate grid. Oh, that was crooked. Hopefully yours looks better than mine. So let's draw our coordinate grid. We're going to count to 5 in every single direction. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Adding in our tick marks. 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now let's just plot our points. Our first one is A at -2, 4. Remember that -2 means I'm going to go to the left 2, and that +4 means I'm going to move up 4. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Plot your point and name it A. The next point is B, which is at 3, 4. Starting at my origin, a +3 means I'm moving to the right 3, and then a +4 means I'm moving up 4. Plot your point B. Next, we have C, which is at 3, -2. The 3 means I'm moving to the right 3, and then the -2 means I'm going down 2. Plot your point and name it C. And then finally, we have -2, -2. The first -2 means I'm going to go to the left 2, and the second -2 means I'm going to go down 2. Plot your point, name it D. All right, now we can go ahead and connect these because we've made our shape. Perfect. So we did the first one. All right, now we want to name the figure. What type of shape is this? Hopefully you're thinking rectangle. You could have said rectangle or parallelogram, because this is both a rectangle and a parallelogram. All right, last part. We want to find the length of AB and BC. So the first one, we want to find the length of AB. Seems kind of easy. What I want you all to get in the habit of doing is we're going to use our bunny hops to find out exactly how long this side length is of my rectangle. So we're going to start at A. We're going to go one step to go from -2 to -1. And then it's another unit to go from -1 to 0. And then another jump to go from 0 to 1. And then another jump to go from 1 to 2. And then another jump to go from 2 to 3. So notice how I just went however many jumps it is on my axis. And now we can count how many bunny hops it took to get from A to B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means that AB is 5 units long. Easy enough. All right, last one. Let's do BC. So BC is now a vertical line instead of horizontal line, but we're going to use our bunny hops again. So start at the first one. We have B. We have 1 hop. 2. Notice how I'm just doing my tick marks on my axis. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now BC is 6 units long.